Hey, everybody. Hello. That was much better than this morning's crowd.
It's because they've had coffee and sugar.
Did you have bacon this morning? Who had bacon this morning?
I had bacon.
Yeah, right? Bacon with lunch. You have bacon with every meal as far as
He's one of the guys who put the bacon inside the cooler pouch of the backpack to keep it for all-day snacks.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Microsoft Ignite 101. My name's Joey Snow, and that is...
Rick Claus.
We are also known as Patch and Switch from a little podcast that we do on an every other week basis. You can also follow our shenanigans on Twitter at Patch and Switch. And you may have seen us from videos like the Ignite Bag Reveal 2017, the Ignite Bag Reveal 2018. We're known for the bag reveal, apparently.
And people are still amazed that we can actually do 15 minutes on a single bag and make it interesting.
I'm just amazed that people will watch 15 minutes on a single bag. All right, so what is this thing about? What are we doing here?
This is called MS Ignite 101. This is for folks that are brand new to the large conference called Microsoft Ignite, one of our first-party conferences that we do. Flagship conference, I guess you would say. And it's also good for reigniters as well, as they've been termed on the Twitters and the socials, for folks that have been to Ignite before and need to come back again. Is your clicker, what, now put the batteries in?
Oh, no,
Click there. Okay. Try that, now try. No? How's that? No? Stop. Tech support.
Is there an IT guy here?
Is there an IT person in the room that can help us?
All right, we're going to give up on that. We'll just move forward.
Okay.
Before we completely derail the entire session, as if it wasn't the minute we got on stage. I want to start out kind of with this quote from Satya Nadella talking about how we'll obsess over our customers, and obsessing over our customers is everybody's job. My job is, I'm a senior program manager. I work inside of the Azure Active Directory team, or the identity team. My job title in the org I work in is customer and partner experience. So my entire focus is around our customer and partner ecosystem. And from your side,
I'm on the engineering team as well. The group that I belong to is actually part of developer relations overall, but I'm part of a hybrid group that's responsible for cloud ops or operations advocacy. So IT pros, LAN admins, sysadmins. And we collect feedback from folks, we collect feedback from customers, feedback from large-scale events like this, bring it back into the engineering teams to be able to influence the design and the changes to the products to make them better for everybody.
My product, we don't make a single feature available unless there's a customer case study around it. So when somebody comes in and pitches a feature, they're like, what customer asked for that? If they sit there and go, the feature, no, it doesn't move forward. So that's why we are entirely customer obsessed. How does that fit into Ignite 101? Well, who's been to Ignite before, or a similar event? Tech Ed Ignite, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
good reigniters in the room.
A smattering of you. I assume the rest of you, it's your first time, which is probably why you're in the room. The reason we talk about this is Microsoft is such a customer-focused, customer feedback and data-driven engine now. A lot of what you're going to hear today are things that are net new for this year because we've heard your feedback. And because of that, our session today, we want to integrate your feedback. We are going to leave plenty of time to answer your questions about what you've seen here. We are doing this based on our experience, and a lot of times I think I'm at 20 some odd events here, so on and so forth, yeah. So we want to just make this an engaged, interactive thing. It's no fun for us just to kill you with PowerPoint. I will warn you, there are 132 slides in this deck today.
We cut 126 of them from this morning.
I'm kidding. We wouldn't do that to you. All right, so when you come to Microsoft Ignite, and if you're brand new and net new to this thing, the first question is, where do I start?
So the first thing I come up with is the fact that you're basically doing the right thing by taking your very first step. You're here in the room, and right now, if you look, everybody to your left, over this way, look left.
That's right.
Someone over there, it's left for them, it's right for us.
Okay.
This is right, look right this way over here, look in that direction over there, another person over there. These are other people attending the conference with you, have similar needs and concerns, similar pain points you're trying to solve, similar thirst for knowledge that's out there. you're going to want to go ahead and to make a connection to these folks during the conference, throughout the week, and also to other folks like us that are here as speakers and as staff and as members of the team that are responsible for doing different things, because it's more than just attending conferences and getting access to the content. It's actually making those connections. So you're here, awesome stuff. We're going to give you some good info to be able to share throughout the rest of the week.
Second thing that we say, determine your goals for the week. Now with this, you need to sit down and go, what do I want to learn? Who do I want to talk to? And what do I want to leave with? There's a strategy that, so feedback from my previous session, a guy came up to me and he had this big long list. He says, I was talking to my Microsoft rep and he says, go in and type in Exchange in the search engine and select all the sessions. So he did that and he gets here and he gets in his app and he goes, I don't know what the heck I'm going to go do. Because there's an Exchange session running multiple times in multiple segments throughout his entire week, and it was just completely overwhelming. So one of the strategies that we like to do, or I like to do, I know Rick does as well, because we have this very similar way that we do conferences, is I like to pick a couple of sessions per day on something that I need to take back to work, right? I have to do this for my current job. And then I pick another session or two for the job that I want to have. Right? Something that it's in my wheelhouse, but I want to get a little bit deeper. And the third thing that I like to do is I like to pick a session or two for the entire week on something that I know absolutely nothing about, because that's going to make me even broader, more well-rounded as we move forward. So that next time pointy-haired boss comes in, apologies to the pointy-haired bosses in the room, when he comes in and he says, hey, we want to do this newfangled thing, and you're like, I heard of newfangled when I was at Ignite, I know this. You can look like you're the hero. So think about what it is that you want to learn and kind of take a strategic path. Not everybody does that. That's just something that works for me. But if there are things that you want, that's what you want to target to. Secondly, talk to people. Talk to the experts. Talk to your fellow attendees. Talk to us. If you see a speaker that you respect, a Jeffrey Snover or Mark Rusinovich, somebody, as long as they're not like sprinting down the hallway, if they're just milling about, come up and say hi to us. Like a lot of times they're like, ooh, wow, that's so-and-so. And we're guilty of doing this, where we're like, ooh, that's, I mean, I'll admit it, I did it to Donna Sarker, who runs the Insiders program for Windows. I was like, I am such a huge fan of yours. And she was on stage with us pre-keynote last year, and she's like, no, I'm a fan of you guys. And the two of us are going, what? Huh?
What? You watch our stuff?
And then make sure, the one thing that this is such an opportunity, make sure you know, what is it that you want to take away with you, and make sure that you accomplish that before you leave. That's absolutely critical, because this thing is so huge and there's so much going on. You could get caught up into it, and at the end of the day, the one thing that you had to do by the time you left this conference, you didn't get done. So take advantage of those things.
Now, as we are trying to advocate for having a bit of a plan to be able to attack and look after what you're going to be looking at all week long, the well-laid plans always fall apart on the battlefield as soon as the battle starts. And so have backup plans, have contingencies, but more importantly, just be flexible to reevaluate. I've been through conferences before, second or third day in, I've been doing back-to-back sessions and just carving up all this ongoing learning that's taking place, and then I am burnt. Absolutely burnt. I need to be flexible enough that on the Wednesday or on the Thursday morning, whichever it happens to be, I'm going to take a dedicated amount of time and just go walk the booths. Go walk the expo hall, go off and talk to some partners, go off and just sit down and write some notes from the stuff that I've learned. So basically go off and to basically change up and do things. Likewise, if I hear there's a really hot topic or a hot session and it's being repeated again, because things get repeated again as they become more popular potentially, I can go and catch it a second time or just reevaluate my schedule to go off and try off other sessions. So have a solid game plan, but then also have flexibility to it too.
Don't forget coffee breaks or whatever it is, just chill. Sometimes you need to let that brain rest, and let's be honest, it's not the smallest convention center ever. Wait till you see the map.
It's coming up.
You need to rest.
So our challenge to you is really quite simple. Like besides the content, besides talking with speakers, besides going off and going to these different meetups and things like that, make a personal effort to actually go out and grow your professional network and meet 5 different people every day that you have shared common interest in. You're in the same session together. You obviously are there for the same technology, so strike up a conversation, stuff like that. But make a concerted effort to try to go into a deeper level of a connection with the individual, maybe exchange business cards, Twitter handles, LinkedIn connections, or whatever you need to do.
Stickers.
Stickers, those work too. To be able to go in and to grow your personal network, because if you work out the math, if you're not quite successful in getting 5 a day, you're hopefully going to end up with at least 20 new people by the end of the week that has brand new, strong connections that you can connect up with. I know the math's wrong, right? It's 25. I don't know why. We didn't proof these slides is what the problem is. So
What he's saying is I didn't proof the slides
yes,
because
that was his
them.
job. So making a lasting connection with 20 other people, because this is one of those things where you're going to have these people and have these connections that are going to last longer than the conference.
The last point here is super, I'm super passionate about, which is for each connection, learn one thing about that person. When we first, 5 years ago, created or decided to make the Ignite brand and start merging some of these conferences, we actually sat down with a group of leaders or a group of influencers in the community and new people and got to sit down and know them. And I met an individual who has a passion around hosting foreign exchange students from other countries, high schoolers. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had a situation, my daughter's on the high school dance team, and dance dads know that the dance is family and this whole thing, and one of them was an exchange student. And in the back of my head, the little Rolodex thing pinged in my back of my head, and it says, hey, Joey, you know so-and-so. So I just got out my phone, and I hit him up on Facebook and Messenger, and I'm like, hey, dude, do you have a second? He's like, sure. And so I was able to pick up the phone and actually ask him a few questions, nothing technical related, nothing related to the conference, something completely outside the scope. And I would never have had that opportunity had I not asked, so what is the one thing that you want to know about me in this conference, from this engagement? He's like, yeah, I'm super passionate about this thing. And we start following each other, connecting via the social media thing. So like that's a really cool thing that just happened. And I can cite many, many references of these types of things from people. Some of my best friends, I only get to see once a year at this conference.
It's like a homecoming, man.
I like to call it like summer camp for geeks, right? So by the numbers.
We're a data-driven company. We love numbers.
Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff. So part of 101 is to kind of give you some orientation and to go through this. So here's how things break down. Let's start with day one. Day one is a very unique day, and I'll show you the agenda in a minute. But we start with, and I didn't even actually, I should have added it on here. You see I ran out of space. You have the vision keynote, which starts with Satya. That's going to kind of give you the vision of what Microsoft is doing and Satya's vision himself. One of the coolest experiences is to listen to him talk to this audience. This is where he came from. He ran server and tools business. He's one of us IT guys, right? Super brilliant. So I love listening to his talk. Then we get into the technology keynotes. There's 3 technology keynotes that kind of dive deeper into some of the various technologies that we have. These are the places that you're going to hear your Brad Andersons and your Julia Whites, get deeper your Corey Sanders of the world into these technology keynotes. And then you're going to break down into the general sessions, which is that next level down. This is where a lot of the announcements are going to be made. You're going to hear very product-specific focused stuff. And from there, 700 plus breakout sessions and 500 plus theater sessions. That's a lot of content to try to absorb. On top of that, you've got one-on-one learning opportunities. If you were here earlier, or something to note for next year, on Sunday, we run a set of deep dive workshops for the pre-days. They are an additional cost. But next year, if you want to come early and sit in and learn something, like we're running one just on identity, which is a soup to nuts, 0 to hero type of identity work. There are some around diversity and technology.
And we'll just call this out. This content inside the pre-days is different than the content you're going to get during the breakouts. They don't repeat the content in the 2 different sessions.
And it's not recorded either.
Yeah, you got to be there to have it.
There's hands-on things in the immersion zone, via hands-on labs, instructor-led labs, the immersion workshops. You get to see your favorite, I don't know, who watches mechanics? And Jeremy Chapman, he's got like 1.5 million gazillion followers, so I figure a few people do. You want to watch mechanics being shot live? There's a stage down there, they're doing episodes of mechanics. You want to watch a podcast? Mary Jo Foley, Paul Thurrott do Windows Weekly. These 2 idiots up here doing their podcast live on Thursday morning, 9 a.m., Channel 9 stage.
There may be
That
bacon,
right there.
Who knows?
Yeah. We're live streaming every session. So for those of you who have colleagues that have serious, like, dude, I got fear of missing out, like nobody's business, all they have to do is sign up for Tech Communities. When you sign up for Tech Communities, you're going to be able to stream all of the content. Now, if you don't want to log into Tech Communities, you've worked on a really cool project for kind of, what did you call it? You have a name for it.
I'm just the,
Okay.
what, name, code name?
Sure. No, is that a code name?
I'm calling it curated content.
Curated, that's right, curated.
Content. So basically it's Channel 9 live doing interviews in between the sessions. So 2 different interviews every session, 15 minutes apiece, taking place on the podcast stage. And then we handpick from the sessions that are current in the different 75-minute time blocks, and then choose them to be able to go available during, again, techcommunities.microsoft.com as one way to do it.
Do you want to talk about other types of sessions from the community?
Well, obviously, one thing that we did was we listened again for feedback, and people were looking for opportunities to hear other outside voices, third-party voices, talking about using Microsoft technologies and what they've done. That's principally going to be coming from our partners, from our MVPs and our RD friends, Microsoft Valuable Professional Regional regional directors. I was going to say developers, regional directors. They've got sessions that are taking place, as well as participation in some of the workshops, as well as delivery of content inside of what's known as theater sessions as well. Then we have, obviously, inside the community side of things, inside the expo hall, as you'll see, there's a whole area dedicated to community and connecting inside of that one area we'll talk about later. I've got my entire team of cloud ops advocates and also a good handful of cloud developer advocates. They're going to be hanging out in there too to make some good connections. Social hours taking place throughout the different times inside the expo hall. Some of them are sponsored by different parties. Some of them are areas and engineering teams. Some of them are sponsored by different partners as well, taking place. And then obviously throughout the venue, there's about 12 different theaters where these theater sessions are going to be taking place. One
of the things that we heard last Ignite and the loudest was, we really want to see how customers, Microsoft, your customers, are actually doing this stuff. Because you'll get up there and you'll say, hey, look, yeah, you can do this whiz-bang thing. We want to see how a customer does whiz-bang thing. Because how many of us have pointy hair bosses up above us that go, we're not doing that until somebody else does it. You're not raising your hand and you're all lying. Right? Unless you're in a really cool company who's willing to do that cutting edge thing, which is awesome. All of my bosses, I spent 20 years on the other side before I came to Microsoft. They needed somebody else to do it first. So we've got a lot of these case studies. There's some really cool customers who are here sharing their stories. And it's not just a 5-minute video and a keynote. They are on the show floor. They're talking about it. You'll be able to get into the weeds. And we don't have them, locked down saying, you can't say this. They're going to tell you the real world of how things happen. Now, one of the things that we used to, that I'm super passionate about as a father of 2 girls, and I know Rick is as well, who also is a father of 2 girls, is diversity and technology. And this is not just diversity in terms of women in technology, this is everywhere. So diversity is a big thing at Microsoft. It's a big thing for me personally in my life. I deliberately made the choice to move to Seattle, where I live, and the area that I live in, because my kids will never know anything different, because the neighborhoods are so diverse. It used to be there was a women in technology luncheon, and then maybe a mixer, and that was it. There is not one special thing on one particular day around diversity at Microsoft Ignite. It is inherent within the conference. It is built in everywhere. There are lunches. There are podcasts. There's the accessibility stuff that we're doing through every session. We'll talk about that a little bit later. There's happy hours, idea swaps. There's sessions, theater sessions.
Mentoring opportunities.
Mentoring stuff, absolutely.
Superpowers, all sorts of cool stuff.
There's lots of stuff in it. So just like technology bits, this is interwoven within the conference itself. And I know it doesn't make sense to have 2 guys up here talking about it, but we're the guys they had doing the session. But we're super passionate about it, and I just want everybody to know, we take this very seriously. And there's a lot of really passionate people here driving this story. Go talk to them. There's some really cool people here and talking about diversity and technology. All right.
Let's get in the orientation, man. Get some logistics. How about their class schedule?
Their class schedule? Here's your class schedule for the week.
Yeah. So
the bell rings 5 minutes before.
Yeah, you got it. You have to have a hall pass to go through the halls. Sunday, obviously, we've got pre-days in the morning and afternoon that go straight through. You guys and gals are here with us today. We thank you very much for taking time out of your day to be with us.
Look, we're right there.
I know. It's 2:30, 2 to 3 o'clock. Oh, it's only 60 minutes. Okay. We have day one, we already broke it down for you with the vision keynotes, followed afterwards by the technology keynotes. And then after the technology keynotes, notice there is a longer break in between. We got your feedback last year as well that it was too difficult to figure out how to get the mass of people over to the proper locations for where their general sessions were. General sessions, as you mentioned, is that click level down in technology levels from the technology keynotes. And we also have the feedback that we got last year as well, where you actually wanted to have breakout sessions and more breakout sessions. And so we have some breakout sessions taking place on Monday as well. Then we fall into the regular routine of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, where you literally have a schedule of 75-minute sessions in gray, 45-minute sessions in red, and then you have side meetings that are possible if you happen to have organized some side meetings, or if your account team has organized side meetings with different executives. That's basically going through the entire time. Now, the 45-minute sessions was in direct response for people feedback that sessions were possibly too long, or it didn't need to be as long, could have been shorter, could have been tighter, could have been faster, or even just looking for more varied type of content. And so I'm actually one of the folks that are doing a session that's been switched from a 75 to a 45. I like to try to think it's not because of my presentation style and they just demoted me to a 45, but it's designed to make it so it's more action-packed, more focused, and also more consumable and chunkable. So we're trying this out, see how it works. I will caution you though, if you happen to put a 45 in your schedule, that's going to throw you off of the 75-minute schedule. Yep. So plan your time accordingly to go spend some time in the expo hall or go take a hallway session from one of those new people that you met or something like that. Yep. If you're jumping into the 45s. What's not on this list because it'd be too small to show are the 20s, which are the theater sessions. Those 20-minute sessions basically start at the exact same time at 9 o'clock, go literally almost every hour on the hour going on through and in between as well throughout the time. And so they're just also found inside your session builder and schedule builder too. Friday, it closes at 2 p.m. If you're here at 2:05, we will put you inside a container and ship you back to Redmond. So please don't be here at 2 o'clock. But we will be, at least, because we have to pack up after ourselves.
No, they actually want us here at 2:05 to get our container home.
Okay, good.
One thing that you'll notice at the bottom, every evening there is something going on. We'll start with Monday. I'm technically not allowed to call it this, but I've been calling it for years. We call it Trash and Trinkets. They like to hear the welcome reception. Yeah. This is your first chance at all the cool swag that's out there on the expo floor. Throw out your favorite vendors and our partners.
And we'll do a shout out to all the partners, all the people that are working the event. Say hi, talk with them, chat with them. Don't just walk up and say, what do you have with the,
trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Like, actually exchange some information with them and find out what they do. They've got some really awesome solutions out there.
And as somebody who runs a partner ecosystem, that's kind of important for me. Yes, hey, be nice to the partners.
We've been trying for years to get advanced access to what everybody's swag items are, and Chatska happens to be, and so far we've been turned down each year. Yeah. So I'm still working to try to get that angle, to get the inside scoop, but
all right,
you have
keep
none.
working.
I know, you don't have any.
There's Expo social hours on Tuesday and Wednesday. These are really good opportunities to meet with a lot of the speakers and stuff, and it's a little more relaxed. There's beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, whatever you want. And a lot of folks hanging around, particularly in the community areas. We've got each day in the community area, different focuses with different people. We've got one from identity. Our Vice President, Joy Chick, is going to be there. I know Jeffrey Snover's picture I saw when we were doing the tour earlier today. Yep. So some really cool things there. And then, of course, Thursday night, the granddaddy of them all.
We got a
the big attendee celebration in this room.
We're going to have a Dance Dance Revolution going at the front here for volunteers.
Just as long as you're not flossing.
As long as I'm not flossing, I'm good.
By the way, look at Twitter last night.
Dad dance moves.
All right, so stop. This is a campus. I am not kidding you. This is a campus. You are in one building. Right now you're in the West building, this red one here, right? You can see it there. Tomorrow, the keynote is in this building. That's the North-South building. We used to have Expo Hall over there and a whole ton of sessions over there. So you can imagine having to walk, and by the way, this building used to contain this entire conference. That's how big it is. You can imagine walking through this and across and over to the West building. We don't want to do that anymore. You only have to do that one day. That's Monday, which is tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So for the vision keynote and one of the tech keynotes in the north-south building, if you want to be in the room to see Satya talk in the actual room, you need to be on a bus early. Last year, they filled up somewhere between 8:15 and 8:30.
I'd say close to 8:15 personally.
So if you're on a bus and it stops at this building, you missed the opportunity to go to the north-south building.
But don't wait. We've got you covered.
We got you covered, and we'll cover that in just a minute.
Options. Lots of viewing options.
If you need to get back over to the north-south building, there is a shuttle running Monday only between north, south, and west. Just Monday, because after that, everything is going to be housed between the Hyatt and the west building. So we heard the feedback. There is a lot of walking. There's a lot of walking just in this building alone, let alone having to go to the others. So anything that an attendee will need exists in all three of these locations. There's food, there's badge pickup, there's swag stations, there's sessions, anything that you need in each one of the locations. Cool? This is the West Building. Get familiar with this building. Most of your sessions are going to be here. The Expo and the Learn, Connect, Explore Lounge are directly behind us in the great big room that spans across multiple halls. Most of your sessions will be on the next floor up. Though there are some on the floor 1 and there's some on this floor, obviously, because, well, we're in one. Does that cover the map?
I think it does. That's good. We were having a discussion before the thing kicked off with how many people are actually here. And so the official numbers that we can share with you are approximately 26,000 people are attending this conference right now. That does not include the people that are supporting and putting on the conference. So it's very large. But don't be intimidated by the size. It's definitely there. Predominantly IT and sysadmin, LAN-admin types. Then we also have a mixture of developers and also power users, and also business leaders and decision makers in here as well too.
Really focusing hard on adding a better developer story at this event. So what's new? More technical content.
Yep.
We heard from folks, we need it deeper. So 60% of the breakout sessions, both 75-minute and 45-minute, are between 300 and 400 level, or they're at 300 and 400 level. It means it's deep technical content that you need. There are other sessions that are higher level. They tend to be over at the Hyatt. And our theater sessions kind of upset this balance because our theater sessions are so short and there's so many. There's a lot of things that we do that may be a little higher level, but they are technical things, right? And it just gives you an opportunity to explore those through the theater session. Let's see, a couple other things that I want to point out. 20% of our speakers here are female. There's some rock stars here. I'm personally going to get in line early and go see Ann Johnson's session on security. And I work with her. Role-based learning paths. If you are just completely overwhelmed by the sheer amount of content that's available to you, we have these awesome things, and I suggest you do it through the website versus the app just to see it. You can actually go in via various roles, easy for me to say, and select one, and it will suggest sessions for you. That's a good starting point there. And then, as I mentioned, we're showing off 4 customer showcases in the expo, so on and so forth. When did you do this?
I added this after our session this morning, so I figured I could show off.
It's a 100-level session. We're not supposed to have demos.
I'm not going to show them how to code or anything. I'm just going to show them the app. So if you haven't already done this, you get this application from aka.ms/ignite.mobile-app, all one word with a period in it. And you can see here I'm already filled out with my profile. You can see me. You can see where I'm at. What I wanted to show you was I thought this was broken. Turns out it was user error.
That never happens.
That never happens, right? And I wanted to show you this because I was trying to find stuff, and I'm like, well, the map looks rather empty and sparse. Like, there's nothing on it. And then I realized in the lower bottom corner, there actually is a floor. But if you choose floor 1, that's when you see the buildings. Like, literally, it shows you the underground parking. That's it. So you go to level 1, basically, you get to have the floors. But if, in case you don't know, zooming in on it, it shows you specifically down to the level of the room numbers and other things, where things are. But we just said that the sessions are predominantly on 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Right? So if I choose 2, Then I can actually see, oh, look at this. Here's the details of the entire show floor, including all the partner booths. I have access to the main central area for the central landmark. I've got sections based on teamwork, on desktop, all sorts of stuff like that. So go in and definitely make sure you play around and figure out where you need to go. Number 4 as well for the different, 3 for different rooms up there too. But also in here was another cool option that they have, which is known as the Expert Finder. Expert Finder is going to allow you to go in and to make some of these connections. If you have questions specifically for individuals, once you initialize in, attendees are in here as well as speakers. If you decided to opt in to sharing your information publicly, you can do there. If I choose Jeffrey Snover.
This morning he used me. I should be offended.
See if it comes up better. There we go. There's Jeffrey Snover, technical fellow at Microsoft. You can actually go in and choose Jeffrey. There he comes. And then you can see exactly what he's doing, his session he's delivering. I can see he's delivering a theater session, 2305. He's also involved in a breakout session, 2041. All sorts of different sessions he's there. I can add them to the schedule. To decode this, in case you didn't see the show that we talk about this, session numbers, BRK means breakout, and then 2297, the second number in is actually the technical level of depth, 200, 300, 400 as an example. And likewise, if you go all the way down to the very, very, very bottom.
I gotta pick a session.
I need to pick a session, sorry, this one right here. If you go down to the bottom of this particular session, it will actually tell you obviously what room it's in, where you're going, but then it also tells you your level. And you can see here it's a level 200 session talking about infrastructure on Azure. So good behind the scenes information, help you identify the level of the sessions you're going into before you get there, and then also being able to go off and find those experts. The other thing that's interesting about these experts is you'll be able to use them to be able to go and find and locate them as they appear inside of the expo hall, to be able to track them down, not stalk them, to be able to ask them
We tell you they've entered the expo hall?
We don't give you more granular than that.
Yeah, so you can't, yeah.
So Expert Finder's awesome, other stuff, content. The other thing that's important to note about is that that app gets updated regularly and also is updated with content, because as sessions become super popular, overflow rooms happen to take place. Potentially, they get elected to go off to some reserved rooms as repeats to be able to see a second version of the same session later in the week. Those will pop up inside of the session details that are here.
You also can do all of your session evaluations through the app as well?
Oh yes, we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yep. A couple people texted you, just so you know.
Oh, thanks.
We covered this, the Expert Finder. The Expert Finder has been improved since we first initialized it last year, which is that thing which enables attendees to search for a particular solution in their experts and find them if they're in the expo hall. This is great because if you come and talk to me and I'm like, oh, hey, I've got this thing. I'm like, you know, you should really talk to Mark Morrow because he knows Mark Morzinski. He really knows this thing. If you want to come talk to him, he's not here now. He's delivering a session. So you're like, okay, cool. And instead of having to keep coming back to my booth every single time, you can just open the Expert Finder and see if Mark's around. As soon as he hits Expo, I guarantee you he's going to be by my booth, the Azure Active Directory Premium booth, and you can find him. So that's super cool. So we have viewing. If you want to view the Vision Keynote live, now this is because we're a sold-out event. So there's 4 options for viewing the Monday keynote. In the room itself with Satya, get on your buses early, get over there early. If your bus redirects and comes to the West Building, there are 3 additional options. One is at the Mechanics Live stage, which is inside of Hall B. One is in the Hangout, which is in Hall C, or the Learn, Connect, Explore area. And then, because we're shameless, we have an 8,000 person room that I'm hoping more than 5 people will come see us do a little pre-show with us, Patch and Switch. We start about 30 minutes before the keynote, so that's 8:30-ish. Yep. And it's kind of a morning talk show. I don't want to give away the topic or our guests. We've got a couple of cool guests. We've changed it up from years past if you've been there before. Just to kind of, you know, you're all sitting in rows in an 8,000 person room, half an hour before keynote, just gives a little more insight, and it's just kind of our giving back to the folks who like to come watch keynotes. And then we'll all watch the keynote together.
And it's right next to a 6,000 person eatery where there will be food. So just saying.
Get your breakfast, come on over.
Yeah.
More relaxing, laid back kind of a thing.
And then exactly when they start to roll the film, rolling in the keynote speaker of Satya, that's when they basically boot us off the stage and we turn it over to them.
And then that room is also one of the technology keynote rooms. So you may want to take a look at where your technology keynote is and then watch the regular keynote close to where your technology keynote is going to be. Now, this is all the information that we've got out there. It's in the app, but I bring it up really quickly just to talk about transportation. And I want to be clear. We've tried running buses all day. We tried this. This is the best way that works for us, as well as our attendees based on data. We are a data-driven company. We know when attendees are on buses and are not on buses. And to better help the traffic and environmental situation, the decision has been made based on data and that we have, that buses will run in the morning from somewhere, like tomorrow we're going to start a little earlier because we want people over here if you haven't registered, but from about 7 in the morning until about 10:30. And then they will run again in the evening or late afternoon evening, so 3:30-ish. Tomorrow's a little different because we have Trash and Treat Goods tonight. They start running at 5, plus our keynotes go longer, the technology keynotes and the general sessions. So if you have a need to get back to your hotel, you'll need to find alternative methods of transportation, whether it's Uber, Lyft, cab. Walking. The iDrive trolley is another option. But just to be fully clear, and we did a lot of looking at data as to who's using buses when. So, and they're just, honestly, they're just not being used during the day. 1 or 2 people on these massive buses going back to a hotel.
So on Thursday, the celebration starting bus run at 7 p.m. If you're interested in riding all of the roller coasters at once, you want to get there early. You don't want to get in line at 7 p.m. to be able to catch that particular bus. You want to get there earlier to be on the first bus that leaves to get to the celebration coming up in a little bit. So a little tip there in case you want to maximize your time at the theme parks.
And the last bus leaves at 12:30. If you're not on the last bus, we'll ask you to help clean up.
I think we're joking.
We missed the bus last year.
It's a long walk.
Wireless access, you should know this. If you haven't, if you're still trying to figure out how to connect, the Wi-Fi that you want to connect to is MSFT Wi-Fi.
Please don't share the password.
Yep, the password.
Secret.
Yeah, please don't share it.
Secure.
Just this room, right?
Yeah.
Password is Microsoft. It's on your badge, just in case you didn't know. Sorry, audio guy.
And be aware that try to be good Wi-Fi neighbors. Turn off your own personal Wi-Fi spots and access points. Don't try to share off your cell phone and treat it as if it is a Microsoft Wi-Fi, stuff like that. None of that works. Please don't.
Yep.
And obviously make sure you turn off any downloading tools, torrenting tools, and other nefarious things you might be doing because we do have a security team that is paying attention.
So just be good wireless neighbors, right? Just be good wireless neighbors.
Yeah.
All right. Can I do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Food. Who comes to Microsoft Ignite for the food? You're in the wrong place. If you want a conference about food, go down the road a little bit. Epcot, they're doing this food and wine festival. It's freaking fantastic.
That's where you go for the food. You got it.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
So what's really cool, data-driven organization, last year there was a lot of feedback on the food because feeding 25 to 35 or more thousand people who are here to support this event can be a challenge. So they did it data-driven. And what did we find out? Well, there's a couple of personas, 3 actually, I believe, that they created. One is the grab-and-go guy. I'm a grab-and-go guy. I don't have a lot of time. I'm moving between sessions. I want to absorb things, or I'm going to meetings, going to do Channel 9 live shoots that he didn't tell me I had to be there at, and he texts me going, come here. So I'll grab, a sandwich, a cookie, and I'll roll out. But then there's another persona which is more like you.
I'm more of a sit and savor kind of person. I like to pick and choose exactly what I want to have and basically build my own kind of offering of food that I want to have according to my tastes that day. And then be able to sit down in one of the eateries and then meet new people, just sit down at a table with random people. I have no idea who they are. And hopefully they speak English so that I can talk with them or whatever. And then we learn how to communicate. And we just talk about stuff and how things are going. So the savory option happens to be there too.
And then there's the healthy eater, right? So those who are looking for more healthy options,
And also, obviously, special dietary requests and that sort of stuff.
Exactly, special dietary requests. If my body ever sees a carrot, it'll probably flip out. So I just I'll just go all carbs. That's all fine by me. One of the pieces of feedback, you needed breakfast. You needed a good start to the day. Hot breakfast available, served each morning in the West Eatery and in the Hyatt Eatery. There's eateries, believe me, there are 3 different eateries, 4 different eateries in the West Hall alone. There's one over at the Hyatt, and then on Monday only, there's one in North-South. So you don't have to come here, get breakfast, and then haul over to North-South for keynote. You can go to North-South, we have a huge eatery over there, and you'll be able to get your breakfast, and there's bacon.
And they also are going to be doing some special in-between snacks and lunches and that sort of stuff for sustenance to keep you fueled up, both healthy and entertaining issues, I guess you would say.
Like a yogurt parfait. It's something a little bit more than just a grab-and-go snack, but it's something that's kind of hearty because it's a long day of keynote/general sessions.
And then the rest of the week, they cannot confirm or deny the types of snacks are going to be available in the afternoon.
Is there ice cream?
We put the request in for ice cream. We'll see if it makes it through.
I want ice cream.
So there may be ice cream. There may be cookies. There also may be carrots and apples, which I'm going to get you.
I want ice cream.
You get carrots and apples.
There is lunch served in the West Eatery and the Hyatt Eatery, also in OCC tomorrow. We also heard attendees want a hot option. There will be a hot lunch option for attendees. There's also grab-and-go options for those of us who don't mind a sandwich. I'm totally good with that.
Our best advice is basically mix it up. Try different eateries in different locations. If one looks to be particularly full for when you need to eat, go off and try one of the other ones to be able to avoid some of the lines.
Use that as a networking opportunity. We rarely eat lunch together.
Not because we can't stand each other, but
it's mostly just so that we can expand and talk to as many people as we can possibly do. I do that anywhere I go. I tell my colleagues, my entire team is sick and tired of me saying, quit eating lunch and dinner together. Go talk to attendees and customers. They want to hear from you. So I've been on that rant on our internal team site. How do I find a Microsoft person?
I was about to say, this slide is wrong because they gave us white ones.
Because we're not real speakers.
Not real speakers, I guess. So anyway, the lanyards on your thing, on your badges, basically tell you different things about the person and what they do. Orange are the ones that are people that are doing speaking sessions and breakout sessions. You also notice different color numbers down at the bottom. Identifies them as partners, as attendees. Black means that we're special staffers that are here for crew. But besides the badges, inside the expo hall, you're going to see some people in hoodies. It's not because they're cold, because the air conditioning. It's definitely not because it's cold outside, that's for sure. They actually have hoodies.
Yep, with the Microsoft logo. I absconded with one. Don't tell.
Don't tell.
So you'll be able to find people with this. But I want to showcase our favorite people, which are the people in the purple shirts. Have you dealt with them? Everybody?
Purple shirts.
The purple shirts are awesome.
Yep.
They can't hear you outside, but I wish they could.
Yep.
They will help you with anything. They'll scan you into sessions. They'll help direct you to the right place. They get better and better each day. But here's a super secret. They're powered by high fives. Seriously, I'm not kidding. If you see one low on energy, go up and say high five, man. Let's go.
But please be gentle with the high fives. Don't surprise them. Don't get it confused for an assault.
What?
Give them a warning, like, hey, I'm coming in, you ready? And then give them the high five.
Yeah, just they're awesome people. They are willing to help you get anywhere.
Last year I had a secret handshake with one of them on my session.
You did?
Oh, it was a whole dance routine that we did. It was good.
Okay. Let's get into maps. Did you floss?
No, all right, I did not.
So here's the Hyatt. A couple of things that I want to point out. There is a little hangout area and a food and beverage area inside of the hangout.
So that would be the yellow and the green if you're looking on the recording.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the recording can't see this.
You can't see the laser pointer.
That's a bummer.
There's also the light blue, which is for breakout rooms and breakout space. You'll know that from the locations that happen to be there. They will not be OCC.
And then some of our partners or some of your account teams may have individual breakout and exec meetings. We also have a media center over there to support the media that's here covering the event. So that is the Hyatt.
This is the main one we wanted to show you. This is the inside scoop. Don't be scared. This is a combination of basically hall A, B, C, D, and E together. We told you it was big. That basically goes through, and you can zoom in on your map on your application. Don't forget, choose level 2 to be able to see this. And we're going to talk about the layout of how this works. Yellow are obviously the eateries, where you're going to be able to pick up food and pick up food options. There's at least 3 visible ones that are here, and there's more on top of that. And then we're going to talk a bit more detail to the specifics with how we're laying out our showcase and our expo hall, which is coming down. Notice at the bottom, though, they do have areas for where you're being dropped off. So basically, wherever your bus happens to drop you off, check and see. Hall AB is the main entrance into the expo hall. However, where we're going to be hanging out an awful lot of the time is going to be inside of the Community Connect, Learn, Explore area, which is Hall C drop-off area or Hall D drop-off area, one or the other.
So if you zoom in, you'll see that we have our eateries. We have the Microsoft Showcase. That's where you're going to find all the product booths. I'll get into more detail on that in a moment. And then surrounding that is our expo with some of our awesome, amazing partners that will have their booths. Go and chat with them. There is the Learn, Connect, Explore zone. Inside of there, there's the immersion zone. That's where we have our hands-on labs, our
workshops,
instructor-led
labs.
Instructor-led labs. You'll find Mechanics Live, the Community Central zone that Rick mentioned, the Podcast Center.
And it's also our Channel 9 Live, part of what Joey and I are going to be hosting every day, and also programmatically picking the curated view of the content. It's taking place on the far right-hand side of that green box up there.
Right there.
They can't see it on the recording.
Okay. And then, of course, in blue there, you see the Technology Keynote General Session room. That's also the room that we'll be at prior to the keynote at 8:30. So if we, I'm going to do a Microsoft term, double click into the, I had to do it.
Yeah, so you're walking in the main doors. You're at the bottom of this screen coming into the hallway. You're going to see this massive, cool structure in the center, multimedia. It's on a 7-minute rotation with all sorts of really awesome content inside of it for doing things. This is the entry point into our main partner pavilion, into our expo hall, where you have Microsoft centrally located, supported by all of our partners all around us. I want to make sure we call out, as soon as you walk in, it's not on this slide, as soon as you walk into this area, on the lower left-hand corner, just before you hit that red zone right there, is something that's called the Solution Navigators.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, so they've got topology maps, compasses,
No.
GPS.
They're not orienteering experts, but these are the folks that are staffed by 20 to 30 of some of our best and brightest consultants from the United States consultancy services for Microsoft and others in engineering and PMs as well, that can basically kind of walk you through your complex questions and scenarios. That's more than just, I need to have help upgrading the my 2008 R2 box to 2019. It's like, no, that's a simple one to talk about. If you need to have some more complex stuff that needs to have some breakdown of where to go, these solution experts are going to be able to, solution navigators, will be able to make it so that you can actually go in and get detailed specifics about, go over here and talk to this person, go over there and talk to that person, go over here and talk to that person for this different solution.
And a lot of times, these solution navigators may even know the answers themselves.
Of course.
So it's one-stop shopping. Outside from the big centerpiece that you'll see these little yellow rings on the inside, these are the 3 main business priorities that we have at Microsoft Ignite. One is around deployment, one is around security, the other is around developer tools. We've heard you, attendees who go, I need to know about security. Security spans beyond just a single product, despite me going, yeah, but identity sits at the middle of it. So if you've got questions regarding Microsoft security approach, we have a bunch of products. We wanted to put them as close together as we can. So even though the identity or Azure Active Directory booth is sitting in the security section, it's got the name Azure in it, it's not going to be in the Azure section. It's because it's security related. We want to keep it all close together. And then you'll see as we move out, it's actually, if you were to actually see the actual map, it's actually pizza box type or pizza slice shapes of the normal booth properties that you're used to seeing at Microsoft events.
I'll call out here, this is where you're going to be finding the bulk of your theaters. Theaters 1 through 12 are in this area, kind of strategically located, in case you're looking for where they happen to be on the map. Also, there is the Microsoft Store located there, just like a retail store. It has lots of inventory. You can actually go and get discounts on things, and we can share in this room.
Can we do that?
We can share, exclusive to this venue. You are able to actually get a discount on the Microsoft Go devices if you wanted to buy them.
The Surface Go, 5% discount.
Yeah, and even as
We
Microsoft
can't even
employees,
get that.
we can't get that unless we come to this event to be able to buy it.
I'm buying one before I leave.
I know, man, I'm telling you.
So stuff we all get. Did everybody get their swag? Anybody not get it? Go get your swag. You get your t-shirt. They have them both male and female. You can pick your gray or black backpack.
It's actually charcoal and slate, not gray or black. It's charcoal or slate. Who's here is on Team Charcoal? I am Team Charcoal. There we go. Team Slate is basically everybody else, and I'll put your hand up. So it looks like Slate's winning right now.
You've got the same in the water bottles?
Yeah, I think charcoal and slate doesn't really work, so maybe just transparent and charcoal, maybe.
You make it so complicated. And then you pick one color headset. Now, why do we give everybody headsets?
Oh, because of the workshops where you need to have the ability to listen to the individual that's speaking, sort of like a silent disco for geeks. And then you also have for the big hangout room, which we'll talk about, I think, in a bit. Do we not? Or are we not talking about
I don't believe we actually have a slide on it. So in the hangout, we have one of the coolest things ever. It is a massive big screen that runs pretty much the entire length of of this section of the expo hall. We like to call it the betting wall. We get in trouble for that. We might be degenerates in Vegas. Who knows? It basically, you'll be able to sit. These chairs are awesome.
Yep.
They're a little bit wider than a first-class airline seat. They've got legroom even enough for me, where I'm not even bothered about legroom. And they've got power adapters, and they've got a little controller that you can plug your headset into. On Monday, they'll be broadcasting the keynote, then they'll break it out into the tech keynotes and then the general sessions. And then during the week, you'll actually be able to pick between, I wanted to say it was 12?
12 sessions.
12 different sessions they'll be streaming there. So if you want to, you can get right in. The food is right behind the wall. You can grab lunch, go back and sit down, and you can actually spend your entire day just in this little hangout. It's really super cool. There's also all sorts of cool places to hang out, cabanas, all sorts of there's a park. There's literally a park in the middle of Expo. Real trees.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's just a way to kind of break up the space. Really, really cool place to kind of go and hang out. Let's talk important things like going to the attendee celebration on Thursday. We already talked about the shuttles, but there are a couple of key things that you need to know. You must have a pass. Your pass is your badge. You must bring your badge to the attendee party.
Strongly recommended to leave your backpacks at your hotel. Don't bring extra baggage because you can't take it with you on the rides and you'll just slow yourself down.
Secondly, you must be 21 or older to attend, no exceptions.
That's because there will be alcoholic drinks served and non-alcoholic as well.
And then if you would prefer to partake of the alcoholic beverages, you may get one per ID at a time. That is not one per ID for the entire night.
Yes, so that some people misinterpreted that when we shared it out earlier. So,
well, we thought they were working with our budget, which is $1.380, so we can't afford much. But no, it's one per ID at a time. It's state law. There is a list of prohibited items allowed into Universal Orlando available on their website. If you think you have a question about what can and cannot pass through their security, I strongly recommend looking it up. But this is awesome because we've rented out Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. You can find us. We're either going to be sitting in Diagon Alley or we're going to be over near Hogwarts.
Team Hufflepuff.
He is. He was sorted to Hufflepuff. I loved it, every minute of it.
Own it.
As I mentioned, accessibility is a big thing for us here at Microsoft Ignite. There's vision accommodations, reserved seating in the front of the keynotes, the general sessions, as well as breakout sessions. You normally will see them reserved right here in this front section or right by the screens.
And we're doing a horrible job for the people doing live captioning with how fast we're talking and how we talk over each other. So we apologize for you that are doing the captioning for us right now.
Also, open captioning will be available in the general sessions and the breakouts like we have up here, but closed captioning can also be available through the Ignite app. You can actually go to the session and get the captioning through your application. If you've got mobility things, there's all sorts of accommodations that we do there. With the number of women who are starting to attend our event, and we want more and more and more, we are accommodating new mothers during Microsoft Ignite. New to this year, there's a new mothers room. If necessary, you do not need to have a special card key to gain access to that. The locations are there.
We have
prayer
rooms that are available for different people of different faiths and religions across the board, as well as just simply being used for quiet contemplation, it says. I like it.
Yes, and there is a quiet room available.
I got kicked out of it last year.
Well, it's because you're not supposed to take a nap there. It's okay to close your eyes. A 2.5-hour nap is not what it's for. So let's say at the end of the week you realize, holy crap, I have a lot of frickin' t-shirts.
And you have to get them back for some strange reason to all the people that didn't get the chance to come.
If you need to ship something back, there is printing, there's FedEx, and there's printing and shipping available through the FedEx location that is located here in the west hallway. All right. Oh, there's one more thing. Can we talk about this real quick?
What? Yeah.
These things.
Evaluations. So every single speaker and session and thing that you register for and participate with during the event will have evaluation options. They're all done either through the website or through the application. Please give people evaluations about what you found useful inside the content. If there was something that you absolutely hated and you have a better way of doing something or a better explanation, give us some constructive feedback on how to be able to change it. This is what we listen to. Every single comment that is made in every single evaluation is read and interpreted by the staff to be able to plan for next year.
5 is a good score, 1 is not.
Yeah, don't call us number 1.
No,
We'd rather be number 5.
We're number 5. All right. I mentioned before that we wanted to open this up because this is just kind of our take on things, and hopefully you've gained some value from it. But now I wanted to open up to your questions. Wow, there's some questions here. So there's mics in the middle of the room if you want to come to them. Otherwise, I'm going to repeat the question. There's one coming to a mic, and then I'll get to you, yeah?
Yeah. You got it.
All right, just go ahead and yeah.
First of all, thank you for the introduction. This is good information. Thank you.
Perfect.
As this new technology and products will be announced this week, will we get a chance to have like first-hand trying and using the product here?
Yeah, so yes, absolutely. As new technologies get, there are some hands-on experiences. I haven't seen the entire list. As we announce things, new things tend to get added. You'll also see new sessions pop up as technologies get announced through our keynotes and that kind of stuff. At least you'll be able to get a demo by one of our amazing product managers or program managers.
And I can let you in a tiny secret without giving too much details, but there's going to be something announced during the keynote that you will actually be able to be the first people to try hands-on inside of the Connect, Learn, and Explore area after the keynote's done. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Really?
I can't tell you. Even you, I can't tell. You need to be tempted, man.
I'm not tempted?
No, you're not tempted. Thank you.
Question about the stickers. I guess what's the idea behind that? Do all Microsoft teams have this? Question about stickers. Okay, so if you've paid attention to our podcast or some of the stuff, we carry stickers with us. Do all teams have them? No. It's something that we've been doing for a while.
Officially, this is a sticker-free event.
Unofficially, some of us may have them with us to put them on our laptop. We've always decorated our laptops, and we just try to get new and creative ways just to get better connected with our community. That's really what it is. That's why we do it. We just want to be better connected to our community. I'm going to hold you here because I'm going to go to this side of the room. Good? You good with that? Okay, we're going to go to this side of the room.
Quick question. This is the first time attending Ignite.
That's okay. I'll repeat it.
Is the conference content available after the conference end? And how long do I have access to the?
Okay, so is the content available after the event? Absolutely 100%. And as a matter of fact, it's available online while it's happening. So every session is streamed, every session is recorded, and it will be available through techcommunities.microsoft.com. You sign up for an account there. Everybody should be on Tech Communities anyway. And it will be available there. As to how long, content from last Ignite is still available on the website. So yeah, it will be available. Yep. Then we'll jump to the gentleman in the back.
Hey.
Thursday night, I noticed. What about parking as far as if you have a car and?
So my recommendation to you is to take the shuttles. Seriously. There may be some parking there. I don't know that it's free. I know there is a parking garage at Universal. I'm just going to tell you the best route there is to take one of the shuttles. Okay. Yeah, just take one of the event shuttles. Yeah, thanks for your question. Who asked me the question about the content?
This gentleman right over
Where
here.
do you go? Where do you go? Come up here. Come up here. That was a really good question, and probably something that I should have paid more attention to, making sure I said. So what we have for you, sir, we have a brand new Surface Go.
Hey, for interacting with us.
All right, I just have to take a picture of your badge so that they know I didn't take it.
You got in trouble last year.
Awesome, thank you. We've got more questions. Back of the
All of a
room.
sudden, everyone stands up for them. Yeah.
My question now. A couple of questions. So I start a few workshops. Does that mean I'm guaranteed to get into them, or is it first come, first serve?
Okay,
So you,
Come up here, come up here.
You were
Come up here.
successfully registered. You were successfully registered for one of the workshops, correct?
it says you're in, you're not waitlisted, you're in.
Yeah.
Okay. So so some of you may know, do you want to go ahead and take care of we're going to give you a Surface Go too, because that's a great question.
What?
It shows that people are paying attention to the different content and bringing us questions that we need to make sure that we have moving forward. The technology workshops that we have, you will notice that you had to book early for them, and they sold out very quickly. We have wait lists. What we've noticed is that there are some very smart people in our attendee audience who go in and sign up for every single one of them.
It's the same content repeated, folks.
The other challenge is you can only be in one place at one time. So what we're doing is we're proactively going out and asking people, did you really need to sign up for all 18 of them?
We're actually running defrag.exe/b for reboots to make sure that we have only one person in one slot at one time.
So we are clearing wait lists. So go ahead and sign up for the wait list. We will clear.
So logistically, you do have to go to the check-in desk for the workshops. You do have to check in to say, I am fully registered. They check you off the list. You're here. You're ready to go. If you don't check in time, you lose your spot. And people that have checked in on the wait list and waiting there patiently, they will take your spot if you're not there. Be there. Be sure to check in.
Good? Good answer? Yes, we're good? Where do you go?
Go back over to the
He's
right.
back. Way in the, you shouldn't have gotten that sitting all the way back there.
Over to the right.
All right, we'll go over to the front here. Have you been waiting longer? No? He just stood up. All right, go ahead.
So my question is, what is the best way to find an expert to discuss a particular issue that you have at your company that you're trying to make a decision on?
So
I've used the expert search and search for that particular, SharePoint, for example.
So if it is product specific, that's a good way is to find that expert or to go to the booth. So most of our products are represented, SharePoint, Azure Active Directory, so on and so forth are there. The other thing was what Rick talked about earlier, which was the solution experts. Sorry, the solution explorers, correct? Navigators.
Navigators.
Solution navigators. I'll get my branding right. The solution navigators, that's a great first place to start, and then they can start connecting you with other folks at the event. Yes, good question. Thank you. I'm going to go to the back over here. If you want to do it, you do it.
I think it's good. That's a good question. We have another one.
Don't sit here and psst me.
No,
We're like this in real life too. It's not a stage show.
So if your company is too cheap to have put you up at one of the official hotels,
Very nice to meet you. Can I take a picture of that?
don't laugh at me, and you're staying at one of the unofficial hotels.
You can go next door to an official hotel and grab a bus.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, especially for the last night to get over to Universal. You got to go to one of the official hotels.
Yes, you do.
Where do you
Or
find,
you can Uber. There will be rideshare services there.
where do you find the list of official hotels? Because now that they're all sold out.
It's in the app.
It's the shuttle.
If you look at the shuttle list in the app, it will show you the hotels and which route it'll be on.
All right.
And then you can take from that and deduce and go to the other thing and so on and so forth.
Right.
So listen, I'm going to say this now because I've got a lot of people lined up. We are officially over time and I respect everybody's time. We will sit here and we will answer all of your questions as long as you want to sit here. I just don't want to be the guy that made you guys run over forever and ever. So I'll say this, please fill out your evaluations. Woo. We will address everybody else's questions. If my audio guys can leave the mics on because there's a ton of people here. And we'll deal with that, quietly walk out the back. And thank you and have a great show. Please come talk to us and say hello.
Thanks for coming out.
So, all right, hang on.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll go to the front of the room here. Let's go to the front of the room here on your question.
As someone still trying to plan their schedule, I was curious if you could kind of tell us what the difference is between the immersion workshops and the, what was it? The hands-on labs.
That is awesome. You apparently did not watch our videos. So I'm going to ask you to leave now.
Nice, nice. You have,
No, I'm
Joey,
kidding.
Joe, you
So-
have to be nice. You have to be nice.
Go ahead.
The immersion workshops are the ones that require pre-registration. They're currently at capacity. If you check in for one that you're interested in, there's a chance you can get on the wait list to be able to make it in. That's an experiment to be able to try out that type of format. And it has a speaker, it has a set of content. You're going to be working through solutions and problems you have to work together to fix. It requires some headphones to be able to hear it. Hands-on labs are going to be
Self-paced.
self-paced. However, they're organized in such an area that there will be an expert or two in that area to be able to help you in the different pods that can handle like 10 to 12 at a time. But it's completely self-paced with your headset on, following through step-by-step guides of getting stuff done. And the last one is the immersion.
The immersion workshops.
Which are mostly around the M365 platform and offering in technologies that are similar to what you can do with a customer experience immersion.
So they're not guided. There's not like a workshop. It's not like a guided thing. It's like, here's some problems. Let's all work together to solve it. It's not like click here, now right click here, now create this VM, now destroy it and watch the entire world implode. It's very much driven around a good experience and working together through how we solve problems across a breadth of products, not just a single product.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
So the hands-on labs, anytime, go ahead and use them. The other ones require registration and a wait list currently to be able to do.
Got it. We're going to go to the back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, just go ahead and yell out your
Go ahead.
questions. Yeah.
Thank you firstly for the swag bag video because I stayed for 15 minutes to watch it and
Perfect.
it helped me inform my decision on charcoal, so thank you.
That's now 2 people have watched the video. Thank you.
Welcome. My original question was going to be to the room, but it seems like we've lost a lot of people, but I'll ask it anyway. I'm not primarily IT in role. I'm in internal comms where I work with intranet. So it was just a quick wave of hands. If you're not IT primarily and you do internal comms, then wave your hands. Thank you very much. We'll speak later. There's my first connection. So
Four more to go.
4 more to go. Yeah.
thank you.
You got it.
Any on this side, internal comms? No, that's fine. So that's still one. And also, thank you for your presentation today, because that's really helped, because I'm a first timer, and also it will help with my presentation on Wednesday, which is around.
Basically, things not to do in your presentation?
No.
Okay.
I've made lots of notes, so thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
In terms
Thank
of
you very
session
much.
Then, so Wednesday, building communities with Yammer and SharePoint.
All right, on.
Is he really dropping a promo for a session?
He is.
Yes.
Nice. What's the
you.
session code number?
All right, back in this corner.
I've got the Microsoft Events app. Is that the same as the Tech Community?
Yes. No. So the Tech Communities is a website. It's not an app.
Okay.
So Tech Communities is where all the content lands after. So that's techcommunities.microsoft.com.
Tech community.
Tech Community.
Microsoft.
I always do the E's.
You're gonna put the S on it.
Yeah, I'm always adding an S. That's my last name.
And is Ignite part of the Microsoft Events, or is that something else? Is it a different app?
It's completely different. It's kind of a community forums area normally, but we're actually expanding it and growing it and putting the content into the Tech Communities. So there's an Ignite session within Tech Community.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So the app is the MS Events app, and then the website where your communities and where the content will land afterward, and streaming during is Tech Community.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to come back up to the front.
Hi.
Hello.
I know that there are some spots to take some pictures of.
There are spots to take
Yeah.
pictures. There are lots of places to take pictures.
We walked past the largest Microsoft sign. It's on the back of the Microsoft Mechanics space. It's larger than the signs we have on campus. It's huge.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Huge.
Okay, I didn't saw that.
You can take a photo anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, there are some spots specifically to take pictures. I saw on a presentation, I think.
Oh, so there is a photo booth inside the Women in Technology Lounge. They've got a cool photo booth. I think they've got the crazy hats and some of that stuff there.
Right.
And then there's other places throughout the convention center that, look, anytime there. So if you walked in the main entrance with the stairs with the heart, I don't know if you saw that, there's the big Microsoft sign there. There's a bunch of those signs located throughout and other places to take photos.
Please
People just
don't-
gather and take photos everywhere.
Please don't take portions of the signs with you. And in Chicago, we actually had the FT of Microsoft was taking a bar tour that was photographed and lovingly returned in one piece afterwards.
It did go on a bar tour.
And for a new guy as me, it's pretty awesome, this content for this meeting, because nobody know how to handle the application or how do you know how to do it each day.
Oh. Perfect. Well, thank you for your feedback. Thank you.
And to be honest, I thought you were Matthew Perry, the beginning of when I entered to the room. I saw you, and yeah, Matthew Perry. No, you look very familiar.
Matthew Perry? Oh, no.
Yeah, Chandler. So.
His head is already big enough. Oh, my gosh.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
First off, thank you for the great content you gave us in this session. My question to you is simply, is the schedule builder smart enough to know that when I go home and review my content that it'll ask me, did you mean to sign up for this session twice, or?
So no, we deliberately don't gate like how many sessions you can sign up for in a particular time window. Some people use that as a strategy, like I do. For like repeats, if you've taken it twice. So going back home, I don't believe your schedule is going to translate in terms of what's available on the website. In the app, it'll say, hey, look, you need to evaluate these things. We don't stop you from attending in a session twice. There are people who attended this session twice. I'm sorry. So yeah, we don't prevent you from doing that. So if you're going back, and is this for like watching it later, or?
No, so it doesn't alert, because I'm going to go look at my schedule and probably make changes, and I'm hoping I won't. You know, it'll alert me if I sign up for something a second time.
Oh, so
Yeah. So you can't. You actually can't. You're either signed up for it or you're not. Okay. Does that make sense? So you can't sign up for it again.
Unless it's repeated.
Unless it's a repeat.
Unless it's repeated and has an R after it. Yes.
Right, it'll have an R after it.
Yeah.
The worry is I'm going to go home and adjust it, not realize I have it on another day. And
Yeah, no, most sessions, the repeat sessions are generally not even in the catalog yet. We won't make decisions on repeats until after they've run the first time.
okay, thank you.
You got it. We're going to go back here because I know you've been standing there.
Thanks, man. Also, thanks for the demo on the app. That was super cool. Appreciate
I
it.
literally threw that in after this morning.
Awesome, that was great.
This spot.
Question, you mentioned that the purple shirts can check us in to certain events or something like that.
They check you into the session.
Okay.
It's basically how we count.
Gotcha.
For the fire marshal and also for ego.
Gotcha, because like I have to go back to my work. I work for government. I have to prove that I was here. So is there some way other than just my conference schedule?
No, you're going to have to pull your conference schedule. We unfortunately can't keep that data for privacy reasons.
However, there is an awesome feature that's called Trip Report that is generated that you can use that's based on your schedule, will automatically put it into a chronological order and allow you to take notes.
Oh, cool.
And then share that back with your coworkers if you wanted to.
Awesome. All right.
That's available.
Totally should have talked about that.
I know, I thought about it right now. Damn
Thanks,
it.
guys. I appreciate that.
Also, OneNote's your friend. I use OneNote personally for everything.
Let's go back to the front here. We'll just do a square around the way.
Okay, two quick things. The first thing is, do you have to be registered for Ignite to watch all of the, other than Satya's speech, which I'm sure will be on YouTube and a billion other places? Do you have to be registered for this year's event to watch the events live?
No.
No.
So basically, the live stream that's available in an unauthenticated format.
Right.
One session only with interviews curated by myself and Joey and others. Then if you register as a member of the tech communities, you can watch on a multiplayer option 35 different simultaneous sessions, and you choose which session you want to watch. That requires a free registration.
Okay.
After the event, folks that have come to the event have access firsthand at the recorded sessions.
Yep.
The people that did not come to the event do not have access for a period of time, and then eventually they will.
You could do a virtual conference like Intel does all of their virtual
Yeah.
conferences.
That's essentially what we're doing.
Wonderful. Okay, so next year, no offense, I'm not coming. I'm just going to do it remotely.
Dude, seriously, if you're only here for sessions, you're missing like 85% of the event.
No, well, we're going to leave that alone. No, it's just a lot of time, that's all.
Yeah.
So.
No, I hear you. I got
Anyway,
you.
The second thing is just some feedback. The blue shirts, I must have asked, I'm going to say a dozen of these guys, the Hyatt through north-south to here, about the map, trying to figure out, surely there's a map for this. And I brought up the map and said, you know, what do we do? And none of them knew about zooming. And none of them knew about the floors. And, you know, I've never seen it before, so.
Were you asking the blue shirts
Blue
or
shirts.
the purple shirts?
I don't know.
The blue shirts are the people that look after the concessions and the food.
I asked a dozen guys with.
Yeah, so that's good feedback. We'll make sure that our volunteers know, and that's something we can change right now.
Totally.
So we can actually get that feedback, and then they all get together like several times a day, and we'll get that done. To the back of the room. What's up, Docs?
So for me, for registering, I didn't get the option as far as like getting the companion pass. So this is probably like feedback, I guess, maybe
Yes.
next year.
So
Possibility like, 'cause when I went to the registration people, all they would just say is just keep checking in to edit your pass and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
would there be like an easier way, like maybe you have the option to be put onto a wait list? And so
yeah,
that way it would-
and that's good feedback. So the companion pass for the party, for those of you who don't know, have been sold out for a very long time. That is good feedback in terms of wanting a wait list. I will pass that feedback along as well. That's a great idea, and that's great information to hear. As of right now, I do know they're still sold out.
Okay.
So yeah.
He's been waiting a long time.
Okay, I was going to get there.
Okay, just telling you.
Psst at me again, I'm going to smack you. Go ahead.
Yeah, once I make my scheduler, is there any way to import that schedule into the Outlook? I mean,
Oh, that is our biggest piece of feedback, and they're so tired of us telling him that.